Survival. Continuing longer than another person or thing. You gotta take risks. The key is to stay in the game. Survival of the fittest. You're either predator or you're prey. My wife.
Where is she now?
Where I left her.
Hi, Fernanda.
Hi. That's so scary, that Chucky out there, back there.
Yeah, he's there to ward off any unwanted visitors.
That's good. To be prepared.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So, congrats on the movie. Watched
Thank
it a
you.
couple of times last week, and we boys over here at CinemaChords really enjoyed it. So my first question was, when you first read the script, what was it that immediately drew you to take on the role of Jenny? What was the key thing for you?
Oh, I've always get really, really emotional with mother roles, and when it has to be with the fears of the maternal, like that force, right? Um, so yeah, that at the beginning when I got the sites for the self tape, actually, I was drawn to the character, and I felt it was for me. It's I don't know why I have that like very, very strong connection. I guess I've always feared that something happened to my own kids, even though I haven't been able to become a mother myself. Um, well, I have pets, and I feel my maternal strength there, alive, very alive. Um, but yeah, that's what I mean. To think what she had to go through really draw me to wanna make me wanna do it. Like I can even imagine how stressful that could be, and how fearful she was, and she is. I mean,
Yeah, you're saying about stressful. One of the things that sort of thought about is that your characters, a lot of the time is on this intensely emotional, stressful journey, having to take a back seat from the action because she's heavily pregnant and not being able to kind of be hands on. How is that shooting day to day? How do you maintain that level of intensity? And are there any times, during the course of the day where you just go, "Oh man, I need 5 minutes out"?
no, I was exhausted, of course, because yeah, it was like from 0 to 100, right? Like there was not in between. But for me it was really challenging, and but really exciting as well to play something like this. And I'm pretty lucky that I was in sports when I was young, so I have that intensity inside me, and also I'm really used to do some theater work, and I think that gives you a lot of the capacity to be up there all the time, right? And it's something that we talked with Michelle, the director, many times as well, like how we can keep that intensity and not die in the middle of the day. But I think it was so contained, it was such a lovely space, and I felt so secure that I was 100% in.
Yeah, saying about feeling secure in that space. Obviously, there are a lot of familial filmmaking partnerships these days going around, so like the Russo brothers and Duffer brothers, and you've shot here with the family Simmons, basically. They've
Yeah.
had all working on the project. So how was it working with them all, and did they bring an extra dimension to the collaborative on-set efforts there compared to maybe some of the projects that you've worked on before?
Well, this was a very small project in that sense, and you felt the family energy all along from the beginning. Uh, it was really beautiful. And I didn't know when I pick up the role, that it was going to be like this. And then I realized Michelle was J.K. Simmons' wife, and then that Rendell, the brother, was the producer, and then the kids making the music. For me, it was such an amazing experience, seeing the way that they collaborate, and the way the family is. Like, they have this amazing bond, and it was beautiful to feel that they were like inviting us to be part of this family. And I think when you work like that, it really shows in every aspect of what you're doing. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, even though it was really harsh, the emotions, I mean, the JK's character is terrifying, and all the situation was so intense. But being part of this beautiful family, you really make you feel like you were going with the flow.
One of the things that is core to the film, separate to like the cat and mouse journey that goes on away from your story, is the central idea around mental health. And there are kind of extremes. JK's character is having a serious psychological kind of breakdown where he becomes, he goes on a spree kill. And you've then got your on-screen daughter who's suffering with, sort of past trauma and anxiety. That kind of familial environment that you had on set, did that lend itself to kind of very naturally and comfortably being able to have open discussions before you were shooting about that?
Yeah, completely. And also, like, I'm going back to your first question. Like, that's exactly what really first my role and what I had to do with it, but also like what the movie talks about, and the space that you have to reflect on mental health, for me, is really important. We're living in this society that we go through day by day like crazy people, and we don't take a time to really think of how is that impacting our lives and our health and the future. So this was really important for Michelle. That was the central subject of this movie, to open the space also to talk about these things, and to understand it, especially you guys in American society, in the American culture. There's so many examples of people that lost their minds and start being violent with other humans, and I don't know how you address that in the day by day basis. And I think it's really, really important that we take a time to stop and see what we can do different. And that's where my character is. It's very important. It's like we need to give more attention to the maternal or the how do you say it? I lost my way in English, but to put more attention to taking care of people,
Got
right?
self-care, and
not only self-care, also the community care, like the motherly.
yeah.
Like we used to be tribes, and we thrive in those tribes, and now we're so everybody's so alone, and I don't know, like, we need more time for mothers to be with their kids, to stay with their kids, to have more time, and those are things that this movie like make you stop a little bit and open the conversation, at least.
Yeah, it's something that unfortunately is still stigmatized, and films like this, projects like this, do help. And I know from what Michelle was saying, that the kind of idea started from the kind of period of lockdown and how that's affecting the young generation now. There's a lot of anxieties and pressures, and it's completely different to maybe as we were when we were kids. And I think that's a really key message for everybody involved. But it's also got a nicer outcome as well in terms of, it's entertainment, but it's also allowing you to be educated and promoting you to have a discussion, right?
Yeah. That's, I mean, of course, this is entertaining. This is for you to have a good time also, but always, I think all films have that opportunity to make people stop and think and open conversations, and this is a very important one to have, especially after COVID, especially after being in lockdown. But also, especially what you were saying, like when we were kids, we had more family time, and now it's very hard to have that. So I think it's also important to open the conversation, to think of more ways to put the taking care. I know it's a better word for saying this, but the taking care part of society, a central part of also even economics. Like it needs to be important, the basis of our society, so we can be in the right space of mind and healthy.
Absolutely. Now, I just wanted to come away from some, the more serious side for a moment, and just talk about one of the other challenges you may sort of have on set, because people talk a lot about the challenges working in these CGI dominated areas where you're interacting with a tennis ball. A lot of the time, you're on your own interacting with a mobile phone. So I was just wondering how you keep yourself motivated and on point during these scenes. Is it you talking into an empty phone, or have you got someone actually feeding your lines through just to give you that extra impetus?
You wouldn't believe this, but it was JK himself. He was in the phone with me. He was on the phone, like he was miles away shooting something else, and he picked up the phone, and we did the scenes with him, and it was amazing. I was so thankful because he was there with me acting. That gave me a lot of energy, of course. And we did it like a lot of times. That day was my birthday, so I was like,
happy birthday.
Really, yeah, that was like a very intense and beautiful birthday, being on set with him on the phone. But yeah, no, that was great. I mean, for me, it was really easy having him on the other side.
Was that pre-planned, or was that something that was done for you on the day when you were shooting?
I mean, we expect that he could have done it, but actually we didn't know that he was going to be able to do it. So when he could, it was like just perfect. And then of course, then he had to go, and I had to keep doing it myself, but I had already that in my body, and it was amazing.
Brilliant. Well, I'm told that it's time for us to wrap. So congratulations again on the movie. I wish you every luck when it's released, Fernanda. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And
thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll be able to speak about some future projects. Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye. Take care. He's right behind me!
Why are you doing this?
Does it matter?
You're like I didn't shoot you.
Like this?